All right, what up, crypto fam? Welcome back to the channel. Another episode of the Crypto Breakdown. I am your host, Ryan Mehta. In today's video, we're going to teach you guys everything you need to know about setting up your TradingView account, how to use indicators, how to set up your charts, and how to find the best entry points for Kadena or Bitcoin, whatever asset you guys want to buy. And if you guys stick around to the end of the video, I'm going to show you guys my personal strategy that everybody in our squad has been absolutely crushing it on. Ready? Let's dive deep. Let's dive in and start with the basics, assuming that you've set up your account. If we click on the avatar, we can see dark mode. I'm a dark mode kind of guy, so we're gonna turn on dark mode. Let's click back on the chart. Next to our avatar, you're gonna see the BTC logo. When this chart opens, we can see different options. We can filter by stock market. You can filter by just crypto assets. I personally choose just crypto. And if you click on the all source button, and you type in the name of an exchange like BYBIT, for example. And if we choose the BYBIT logo, we can see a list of every coin that's listed on BYBIT. I personally would never day trade crypto if I couldn't trade on BYBIT. I would just hodl and wait. Now let's click the X to exit out of that tab. Now let's set up our trading list. So on the right-hand side here, you can see a bunch of different tabs. We can see alerts, we can see news updates. There's a ton going on over here. I don't really use much of that. So we're gonna click back on the window list details. Now what we want to do is we want to set up a list of coins that are pretty much like on our go-to. So when I want to see AVAX or I want to see Axie Infinity, those coins are already right here on the side. So we're going to create a new list. We're going to click on this drop down right here. We're going to choose create new list. We're going to create the new list. We're going to name our list. We're going to save it. And you see we have no coins listed over here. We are going to click the plus sign symbol. Now we're going to see a list of every coin that's just on BYBIT because we filtered by that. Now you see ETH USD and you see ETH USDT, they're going to be the exact same price. So you're going to have the same chart twice for the most part. They are different trades, but they're both going off the price of Ethereum. So I don't need to see USD and USDT. So we're just going to come through here and we are going to click the plus sign and we're going to add every single pair all the way down. Now we're going to click the X to close out of that. And now you can see a list of every coin over here. Now your list might look a little bit different. So the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna click on these three dots in the top right, and I'm gonna uncheck every box. You can see we can click on a bunch of different logos here. And now you see the logo and it makes this thing so wide. There's so much junk going on over here. I personally only leave on last and ticker. Now let's set up your chart itself. The first thing I wanna point out up at the top of the screen are candles. I always choose this and I favorite it. So I star this so my candles are just the normal candle bodies. Now we can right click on our chart and we can scroll down to our settings tab on the bottom. The first tab I want to choose is the appearance tab. I personally like my background solid black, so I choose black and I choose solid from this drop down here. The vertical lines, they're going to be the white lines that run straight up and down. I just slide my opacity to 0 so I don't use them. Horizontal lines, I like mine at 15% and white. And see the crosshairs right here when I'm moving across the screen? I can also choose those crosshairs to be solid white. I can make them thicker, so that way you can see the crosshairs a little bit easier. The next one is going to be symbols. Now, I personally like my wicks and my bodies very similar, so I'm going to choose blue. Now, I personally like to set my wicks and bodies and everything to blue and purple because it's easier on my eyes. At the very bottom, we can see time zone. So I'm in New York time zone, so I'm going to choose time zone and check New York. On the bottom left, you can hit apply as default or save as default. So I'm going to save as default. I just like to name everything the same. So if I name my list number 1 BYBIT, I'm just going to name this one number 1 BYBIT. It doesn't matter. You can name it whatever. If we come up here and we click on the D on the top left of the screen, you can see a list of time frames. So when I'm on the 1-day time frame, what that means is each one of these candles represents 1 day worth of trading. So if we take a look at this blue candle, the wick right here represents the highest that price got. The bottom of the wick represents the lowest that price got. If the candle is blue, that means that price started at the bottom of the body of the candle, and at the end of that 24-hour period, the top of the blue box, the square right there, is the highest that price was when the day ended. If the candle is purple, that means that at the beginning of the day, price started at 60.42, and at the end of the day, it finished and closed at 54.17. On this blue candle, if the candle's blue or green in your instance, price started the day, the morning when the chart opened or the stock market opened. It's not stock market, it's crypto, it's 24/7. But at the beginning of the day, price was at $54, and at the end of the day, it was at $57. Price got as high that day as 58, but when the day closed, it was higher than when it started. If price started at 54 and closed at 57, obviously price went up in that 24-hour period, the candle is blue. If the candle is purple, price started at a higher price and closed at a lower price. And each one of these candles represents 24 hours worth of trading. So if we click over on the 4-hour time frame, what happens? Each one of these candles only represents 4 hours worth of trading, and the 4-hour time frame is my favorite time frame to trade on. I use the trade with the Heikin-Ashi candles, and what that does is it takes an average of price, so it makes it a lot easier to see the trends. But for me, it makes it a lot harder for me to get an accurate entry price because the current candle is taking the average price of previous candles, not the current price. Now, the next tab up here is the indicator tab. We're gonna click on our indicator tab, and there is legit only one indicator I use, and that is RSI. So if I type in RSI, what I'm looking for is just the relative strength index, not the stochastic, not any of these other crazy indicators, just the normal RSI. And to the left is a star button, so we're gonna star it. That way it's gonna be added to our favorites menu. But we're not gonna add it to the chart yet. Now what I wanna do is I wanna split my chart. So the first thing is I wanna come over on the right-hand side, I'm gonna double click on Bitcoin. That way I got the chart on Bitcoin. We're gonna come up here and click on this square box. We're gonna choose the 2 option. And what that's gonna do is it's gonna split our screen in half. So our goal is to get RSI on the right side and the Bitcoin chart on the left. If I double click on the indicator anywhere, it'll full screen it. If I double click on it, it'll put it small. So your RSI indicator is going to look a lot different than mine. So we're gonna make sure we are double clicked on the Bitcoin logo. That makes sure Bitcoin is open on both charts. I click back and forth on the left to right to make sure that I have the 4-hour time frame on both charts, because I can have one chart on the 25-minute time frame and the other one on the 4-hour time frame. So we're gonna make sure that we have both of our charts set to the 4-hour time frame. We're gonna make sure we are clicked on the right chart, and we're gonna choose the indicator tab, search RSI. Yours will be in your favorites menu, and boom. Now we got RSI. Now yours is gonna look a little bit different than mine. Okay, so now we got our RSI indicator here. The first thing that we're gonna do, and your white line up here might be a little bit different. I've kind of modified mine already. So now what you wanna do is you wanna right click on the purple indicator, anywhere on that indicator, and we're gonna choose settings. So the first thing we're gonna wanna do is we're gonna set our inputs. So we're gonna click on the input tab. We're gonna set these both to 30. We're gonna come into style. Next to RSI, we're gonna turn this to white, and I like mine thick. Then we're gonna come down to the upper band. We're gonna wanna change that to yellow. And I also, again, like mine thick at the very bottom here. Same with my lower band. I'm gonna turn that to yellow and turn it to thick. If you wanna change that dash line to a solid line, you can do so. I like mine dashed. Visibility, I don't mess with. So just styles, 70, 30, yellow, yellow, and RSI to white. Now the RSI based MA, I don't use. So if you see when I turn this on and off, that turns off this yellow line, I don't use my MA, I just use my RSI. So now what we are looking for on a 4-hour time frame is this exactly. This is my exact trading strategy. When the RSI is breaking above this upper yellow line, I am looking for shorting positions. Same with buying opportunities. I would not be trying to buy Bitcoin right now when Bitcoin is getting ready to break above the 70 level. This shows you your momentum. So this is like a momentum indicator, and you can see that we started to long Bitcoin down here when we were at bottom. When we were bottoming out on RSI, this is where we are looking to take our long positions. And if you see my open trades right now, I have an open long on Bitcoin right now. I've been long on Bitcoin since $19,375. If we jump back over to the charts, look at where the price of Bitcoin was, right? When RSI was touching down here. I didn't long it right here. I actually waited for this breakdown because we were showing bullish divergence. And what I'm looking for is this. We see price over here, putting in drastically lower lows. What do we see RSI doing over here? RSI was putting in drastically higher highs. This is letting us know that the momentum is shifting back. So when I'm looking for long positions, I'm only looking for longs on Bitcoin when the RSI in the 4-hour is touching down in the 30. I'm only looking for shorts when RSI is breaking above the 70. I have a step-by-step tutorial on BYBIT that teaches you guys everything you need to know about trading on BYBIT, how to set up an account, and the most important is how to set up a testnet account. How to set up a BYBIT account, but you should watch the VPN video first because most people need a VPN. How to set up an account, then how to set up a testnet account. And then every indicator I use, how to set up charts, everything you need to know about trading on BYBIT is right here. If you come over to YouTube and you search in crypto shorting strategy and you scroll down till you see this thumbnail, $1 million crypto shorting strategy with the Ethereum logo on it. This is my exact strategy and it breaks it down really, really well. So if you guys want to learn exactly how I'm scaling into these positions, I don't use any stop losses. So what I'm doing is I'm actually adding to my positions. So because Bitcoin is breaking above the 4 hour, getting ready to break above the 4 hour, I started to short Bitcoin. Now what I'm going to do is see my liquidation price on this short is 23,872. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a short position, 23,750. So it's before I get liquidated, and I'm going to open short. So now I have a short open at 22,991, and I'm going to add to that position before I get liquidated. Now, if we jump back over to TradingView, if I want to click back and go to one chart, I can go back out to one chart. On the left-hand side, you'll see a bunch of different indicators. When you use one of these, if I want to add text, I'm going to star the text. And what that's going to do is it's going to start creating you a favorites bar. So I use text a lot. Over here is your price indicators. So if I want to put a price label on something, you have price note, you have markers, you have different arrows. I have a lot of great tutorials if you guys are interested in learning how to use the Fibonacci tools, the tri-band replacement tools. I have all different tutorials on all of this stuff. If you just search Ryan Meta, Fib, you'll find a video. Everything else is on there. The measuring tool is very common if you want to measure price up and down. There's also one that'll do a static price. So you can actually keep it on the screen. That'll stay on the screen at all times. You can move it up and down. You have signposts, which are really nice. So if I thought that like last Bitcoin halving, if I wanted to mark previous Bitcoin halvings, I can move these things all over the chart and do whatever else you want. There's a lot of cool tools. Hopefully you guys found this video helpful. I'm gonna have a lot more trading strategies, but really guys, it's just shorting the 4 hour. You short the 4 hour when RSI breaks above, you scale into your positions, and you only short assets that have a market cap above $5 billion. I'm not chasing down some new coin that just launched, because those coins can run up hundreds of percents, just like that. The higher the market cap, the harder it is for that price to double. And that's the whole name of the game. We want to be able to scale into positions and wait for that retrace. Come join us live. I'm live every Monday through Friday from 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if you guys have any questions, you guys need help setting up your charts, you guys didn't understand anything in this video, I'm live every night and you guys can just jump in the live chat. I'm very active there. Appreciate you guys. Thank you guys.